My favourite part of this house is to spend time in the garden room with all of the doors slid into the wall and the screens just filtering that afternoon summer's sun beautifully. And you get a sense of the garden and the lovely high ceilings, and you just feel transported into your own secret garden sanctuary. My name's Polly Harbison, and I am the architect for the Lindfield House project. Lindfield is located on Sydney's North Shore. Where we are here, it is an older garden suburb, but in more recent years, there's been a push towards a bit of densification in these suburbs that actually have great close proximity to the city. So our clients, Ewan and Margot, fell in love with this site because it had both an incredible and unique garden, as well as a beautiful old Federation house. The fundamental problem was that the house didn't have any connectivity to this garden. And so really the brief at its core was to resolve this and integrate the garden to the existing house.
Hi, I'm Juliette.
And I'm Sarah Jane.
And together we are Arrington Pike.
And we're the interior designers for Lindfield House.
When we first met the clients, they came armed with a pile of World of Interiors magazines. So we knew immediately that where their minds were going was something that was quite nostalgic, quite romantic, quite magical.
Arriving at the house, you're already in the most beautiful garden. But very quickly, you move through to this new extension. When you arrive at the kitchen, your island is really front and centre. And then on the right, there's a beautiful courtyard full of the old bricks from the site that really kind of grounds the space. You take a couple more steps down and then you're in the main garden room.
And from the large garden room, off to the left is the master ensuite. And master bedroom.
The planning of this house ignored the typical path of perhaps putting bedrooms upstairs because it was so important to really draw the greenery into the house at every opportunity. The windows to the garden room are 3.3 metres tall so that you can see not just the trunk of the tree, but the beautiful extent of those enormous ironbarks. The architectural materials are very simple and robust. We selected the recycled brick to really tie the new contemporary form together with the existing Federation house. And then we used off-form concrete to enable us to do the kind of structural gymnastics we wanted to do to create these large 1.5 metre fat walls. But to this quite minimalist palette, Aaron and Pike brought their skills with colour and texture and really brought the project to life.
In the new edition, we introduced these beautifully textured walls, working with Polly on how we would execute what we could see in the wall structure. And it was important that they didn't feel too new and too starkly finished. So the beautiful render finish that we've used and the soft powdered rock colour actually really bring that grounded earthiness to the space.
In this instance, the client is the artist. And so we were always responding to the texture and the layering of her beautiful paintings. A deep green for the joinery and a beautiful Calcutta Varli for the stone. But then it's really this backdrop of the terrazzo checkerboard floor which brings the romance and the nostalgia into the space.
Our design philosophy really centres around transforming their homes with colour, spirit, character, and we believe that that's what really brings beauty and joy into the everyday experience of your home.
When Margot said she'd just had an outdoor shower, it was the most sublime experience because framed in the big circle window was the full moon. And I guess it's these moments about not just framing the obvious, but framing all parts of an experience available on a site is just so important.